They left us at a cliffhanger on episode 4, and then did a pretty crap job of explaining it away. Oh, what sad attempts to push someone away. How big scary dragon of you, Mangkorn. I still like the calling out of Yai, though, even a week later. Big Dragon continues to create conflict in the show, and in my opinion of it. Let's get into it. Our leads fight half-assedly in the rain over whether or not they actually like each other. Perfect time to reintroduce the spice that has been missing since episode 1. I suppose after that extended sex scene, we can see that Yai wants something of Mangkorn's anyways. The show becomes frankly domestic following 2 minutes of spice, and I am reminded this is based off of a novel that is basically anything but clean cut. I feel a little gypped, but the cute red shirt is back. Costuming knows Yai is cute in Mangkorn's stuff too. I guess I appreciate an extended seaweed advertisement after what I've been waiting for since the jump. It builds on Mangkorn's interest in Yai, which has been sorely lacking and still seems out of nowhere 5 episodes into the series. Mangkorn likes Yai. He's an architect and he cooks. That's 3 things we know now. He also jumps straight into suggesting to live together. This man moves quick. I have to admit the cleaning up the bruises we gave each other scene was kind of cute. And Yai calls Mangkorn the same way I call on stray cats, so that's fun.
กูฟอร์แมตให้นานละแล้วก็ดรายที่กูพูดก็กูโม้หมดเลย
That can't be the end of the video, can it? I suppose there is only 3 episodes left, but that would be anticlimactic as hell. Nothing much happens the first 15 minutes of the episode, but they do succeed in embarrassing me with the advert to parent introduction from hell. That made my secondhand embarrassment run high. Yai spends his time being cute and smiling, happy with his turn in life and domestic bliss. He recruits our color-coordinated himbo duo to help him clean the house that they desecrated the night before, and I get my dose of serotonin from their presence once again. The scene with the hot dog is frankly ridiculous. I approve. The plot of the episode hits around the halfway mark when Hong shows up to plant a seed of doubt.
แสดงว่าพี่มังกรยังไม่ได้บอกพี่ใหญ่แน่เลย
And run. But fear not, is Hong our GL character? Side note, I'm loving the GL subplots that seem to be popping up in more and more BLs, and I want to see that genre thrive, baby. I might be projecting a little with their relationship, but it seems pretty clear that Hong at least feels a certain type of way. And I prefer that to actually the first fiancé secretly does like our male lead, cliche you see all the time. We find out that Mangkorn ditched Yai at his house alone to attend a prize ceremony by himself, and create a moment for Yai, and by extension myself, to be embarrassed again. He then acts cute and evades important questions that actually wouldn't F up his relationship if he was just open about my parents want us to be married, but we're not into it. And now, in a role reversal of last week, Yai is the guy talking more sense. It's about here that I realize we're about 2/3 of the way through the episode, and this could have happened a lot quicker. The plot of this show is already pretty skint, but it's also a little glacial. Mangkorn mans up and admits things. Yai kinda misses the part where he doesn't want to be married to her, and they talk about not being together when I hadn't realized they had talked about being together in the first place. There follows a lot of emotional talk, and honestly I applaud the communication, but I spent most of that time thinking about how pale Yai is. That man glows. We end with the conclusion that both our leads are selfish and kind of suck. I knew that already, but I guess we have next episode for them to get back together again. 9 shows up to ruin my mood further, and then we have a song break where Yai confesses his feelings with Mangkorn right in front of him, and yet somehow he doesn't see him right there. Good thing redhead guitar guy knows this song out of nowhere and hasn't called out Yai for ruining his performance. Then we get a montage of things that happened 5 minutes ago, and Yai passes out. But don't worry, the misunderstanding gods will still strike. 9 catches Yai, and Mangkorn stalks off sadly. I hope 9 didn't believe all that was directed at him, but often secondary love interests have no sense. He spends the night sleeping on Yai's frankly uncomfortable looking couch. The episode ends with Yai's dad making an appearance, and his friends I loved in episode 1 showing up again. Mangkorn tries to re-establish contact, and 9 shows up to be a nice guy who can't read the room again. Can't you tell that Yai likes a little domination? You're too nice. Although their date does kind of show that their characters have better chemistry to explain a relationship. I almost don't mind that Mangkorn caught them together in the end. There's only 3 episodes left. How are they going to bank in on the drama? Are they at all? I had hopes for blackmail and family issues, and now I'm leaning towards Yai rushing off into the sunset with 9. Only a little bit. I actually do still kind of like Mangkorn and Yai, but at this point it's more the investment I've put into it than the writers doing these actors any favors. I'd like to see more things happening in the future episodes so that it's a bit more of a fun ride. The premise of the show is ridiculous. I would have liked to see that played upon a bit more, but the series does seem to want to keep one foot set directly in the earnestly serious genre. Award time. Favorite character? I don't know, man. It's getting harder because we only really see everyone who isn't Mangkorn and Yai for 10 minutes collectively. I'm giving it to Hong because I love a good bit of Women Love Women. Most memorable moment. If we're being honest, it's the long-awaited secondary sex scene. But we are sensible in this household, so we're going to give it to the frankly cute date between 9 and Yai. I'm sure there is more to the kiss than we know. After all, the show loves to back up a couple of minutes to explain where things left off previously. But I still kind of thought this was cuter than it had a right to be. MVP. 9 really said, I'm here to get my man, even if he might be your man. And I can respect the hustle. I don't think he'll succeed, but I respect it. Overall, this episode is a 6.5 out of 10. And a lot of that is my goodwill towards the actors and my appreciation of the NC-17 show finally playing into their rating. I hope episode 6 and beyond brings a little more story to the show, but at this point, I'm committed to finishing either way, so they have my watch either way. What did you guys think of Big Dragon episode 5? Did you like the return of the spice? Did you like Park and Pong's career change to dancing maids? Do you low-key kind of like Yai 9? Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next episode.